The night shift at King's Burger. The fluorescent lights hummed above him, a constant low buzz that made the empty fast food restaurant feel even more sterile than usual. Derek wiped down the counter for the third time that night, glancing at the clock above the soda machine. 2:47 a.m. Night shift at King's Burger was always slow. Most nights he'd get a couple of tired truckers, a drunk or two stumbling in from the bar across the street. And then, silence. Hours of silence broken only by the hum of the fryer and the occasional hiss from the soda dispenser. But tonight felt different. There was something heavy in the air, like the world outside had gone too still. Usually, the drive-through camera picked up the random car passing by. But tonight, nothing had passed in almost an hour. Derek tried to shake it off, humming quietly to himself as he restocked the ketchup packets. Then the bell on the front door chimed. His head snapped up. A man stood there. Tall, thin, almost skeletal under the baggy gray hoodie he wore. The hood was pulled low over his face, shadowing his features, but Derek could see just enough, the pale skin around his mouth, the cracked lips twisting into something that was not quite a smile. "Welcome to King's Burger," Derek said, his voice catching slightly. "Can I help you?" The man didn't answer. He just stood there. The seconds dragged out, the hum of the lights somehow louder, the air heavier. Finally, the man tilted his head. Slowly. Too slowly. Like he was studying Derek the way a cat studies something it's about to pounce on. Derek cleared his throat. "Sir, did you want to order something?" The man's lips parted. Derek expected words. Instead, a wet, rattling breath escaped. The sound made Derek's skin crawl and the hair on his arms stand up. Then, without speaking, the man shuffled to one of the corner booths and sat down. Derek stood frozen for a moment. Customers sat and ate all the time, sure. But this one hadn't ordered, and the way he was sitting, head bowed, hands flat on the table, motionless, wasn't right. "Okay," Derek muttered under his breath. "Just a weirdo. Happens all the time. Ignore him." He went back to wiping counters, but every few seconds, his eyes darted to the booth. The man hadn't moved, not even an inch. 5 minutes passed. Then 10. The clock read 3:02 a.m. Finally, Derek grabbed a menu and walked over, forcing a smile. "Hey, just so you know, we usually need you to order something if you're gonna sit here. What can I get started for you?" The man slowly lifted his head. Derek's forced smile faltered. The hood slipped back just enough to reveal his face. Unnaturally pale, his skin stretched too tightly over sharp cheekbones. His eyes. No. Not eyes. They were black. Completely black, reflecting nothing. Derek stumbled back a step. The man, or thing, whispered something, too low to understand. The sound was like static through an old TV, grating and broken. The figure tilted its head again. Then, with a sudden jerking motion, it slid out of the booth and stood. It was taller than Derek had realized. Too tall. He turned and glided, toward the bathrooms at the back of the restaurant. Derek exhaled a shaky breath. His hands trembled. He grabbed the store phone, ready to call his manager or maybe even the police. But then he froze. The bathrooms. The back wall of the restaurant was solid concrete. No windows, no doors. If that thing went in, there was no way out except back through the dining area. And yet, minutes ticked by. 3:11 a.m. No sound, no flush, no footsteps. Finally, Derek couldn't take it anymore. He crept toward the bathroom. The fluorescent lights flickered as he passed under them. The men's room door stood closed. The women's was cracked open. "Hello?" he called, his voice shaking. No answer. He pushed the women's door open. Empty. The men's door now stood slightly ajar. Derek swore it had been closed seconds before. Heart pounding, he nudged it open. The bathroom was empty, stalls open, lights on, silence. But the mirror was fogged, as though someone had breathed against it, and there, slowly appearing as the condensation shifted, were words, "I see you." Derek staggered back, nearly tripping over his own feet. He bolted to the counter, grabbed his bag, and fumbled with his keys. He didn't care about the job. He didn't care about locking up. He needed out. He sprinted for the front door and froze. The tall, hooded figure stood outside the glass, those black eyes staring in, its mouth stretched wide, impossibly wide, revealing row after row of jagged teeth. And then the lights went out. Everything plunged into darkness. Only the faint sound of wet, rattling breath filled the room. What would you do? What do you think it was? Leave a comment and see what others think. Like and subscribe for more creepy stories. Thanks for watching. Until next time.